And back for another day of Eve. Day 2. Let's get into it. So, in the last video, I think we went through the tutorial. I don't remember off the top of my head now. Should have watched my other video. Yeah, we went through the tutorial, we got into station, we got our full UI sort of set up, or at least set up the way that I normally have it. Of course, it's completely customizable. So we're on the login screen, and you'll notice that this has come up. This comes up because it's Capsular Day 23. So this runs for so many days. You'll see we're on day 24. I've already claimed this one because I have another character. We have several characters actually, but we're working on just the one for you guys. So I just close this down and let's get into it. So we can see that our skill tree, just at a glance, we can see what station we're in. We got an outline of the ship that we're in. We're still in the basic Corvette at the moment. We don't have any mail because there's in-game mail system. You can see we have a massive 450,000 ISK, and this top one here is the number of skill points that we've accumulated so far. So if we look over here on my other character, you'll see we have one email. We've got just over or just under 1.5 million ISK, and we have 5 million skill points. This character cannot train anymore, I don't think, because we've hit that cap. I would need to check that. I'm not 100% sure. However, for you guys, we're just starting from scratch, so let's get back into it. Take a minute or two. Loading is always so much fun. So I'm not sure what we'll do today. I think we might just go through some of the air missions. I was thinking of doing some mining, but to be honest, live stream mining can be a bit boring. Okay, that was cut short. So our notification area, as you can see, goes ping. Let's see what we've got. So we left last time with some skills training. It's always good to keep skills going. So we can see we have repair systems level 1 and 2 done. We have shield management level 2, shield operations level 1, shield operations level 2, and shield operations level 3. And I was doing shield operations because we are Minotaur, which focuses on shields. And over here you'll see that we have pilot is in your non-capsular corporation, which is the basic corporation that we started in. If you want to find out about what corporations and things pilots are in, sure covered it last time. You can either click on your character sheet and, have I got this right? I think it might be because we're in a basic corporation. So you right click, show information, and there we are. We're Republic Military School, which is where we started. So this is basic character info for anybody. I'm pretty sure I went over this the last time. So we've been in for 1 day. You can write some notes and things on characters. You can do it for any character, I believe. So if you stumble across someone that you don't like or you do like, or you know was useful in a certain role, you can take some notes. You can start a conversation, and you can add the contacts. However, I'll close that down. We have one civilian miner at the moment inside our ship. Let's see if anybody speaks. Now, local chat doesn't normally, no one normally speaks in local chat. However, let's give it a try and see if anybody will say anything. So let's just do hi all. We'll actually do. See if we can get some pilots together. And in our item hangar, if we don't have anything, ships. We only have the one ship. So if we click over here on our hangar, just going to change that to that one. So we can see we have our Reaper, or at least I think it's Reaper. Again, dyslexia, yay! So let's shut down our inventory. Let's zoom out a little bit on my ship. Check our skill tree. So we have 11 hours left for shield operations, and then we're on EM shield, so we've got 12 hours left. So I'm going to stick some more skills on, that way I'm not worrying about wasting time, essentially, because you're always going to need skills for things. So Minotaur, I think for the moment I'm going to go and stick to shields. So explosive shield compression, 5% bonus to explosive resistance per level. That sounds good. Let's see if we can afford it. So we need 195,000 ISK for it. Pretty sure we have enough. We do. So let's unlock explosive. And let's add explosive. So that's now still 12 hours. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to afford to unlock all of these. Shield emission systems, so operation and shield transfer array and other shield emission systems, 5% reduction to capacitor needs for shield emission systems modules per skill level. So we're not going to do that one. Is the mind right again? You can right click on almost anything in Eve to find out more information. So let's click on it and just check. So again, covered this in the last video. So under the attributes, it will tell you what attribute it uses. The volume, this is of course for the skill book. Changing multiplier times 2, capacitor need bonus minus 5%. However, if we go for required or required for, again you can flick through the levels. So at level 1 all this will become available. And again, Eve is really good for right click. You can see how much it is on the market, find it in contracts, find it in your personal assets just in case you've got one somewhere, and you can also go to show information. So we're going to go to show information, and this is the information for that. And this module, or those modules, are all for shield boosting. So you can, so we call them Logi, if I mind right. And basically you can have someone flying with one of these on and they will repair your shield while you're flying through space. So show information, transfer shield power over to the target ship, aiding in their defense. All the attributes, activation cost, how many joules of energy it costs, your capacitor, hit points. You get 65 hit points per cycle, I'm assuming. Activation time takes 4 seconds. Overload, we can overload, well, I can't remember. I don't think we can overload to start with. Overload overheats the module, allows it to run a little bit quicker. So in that case you get a 10% boost. But enough of that. Let's go see what other ones we can add. Kinetic, definitely want to put kinetic in. So that gives us resistance to kinetic damage, and we should have enough for that one as well. And we'll just add that in. So we've got EM, explosive, and kinetic, which is your sort of basic damage types. Of course, we still have thermal, actually. The thermal as well. And we no longer have enough ISK. Okay. So, we will go and get some ISK. We won't be able to do shield Yep, that one. Because that's the same. We're out of ISK. So we have 13 hours of trading time. And as you can see, no one chats in local. So, we'll go over to the MAR career programs. And oh, excellent, we have some ISK. So we'll claim our ISK. And open our window up a little bit more. I'm not sure how we get that back, but we'll get it back when we open it up again. So I'm just going to zoom out. And eeny meeny miny mo. What one should we do? We have 10 Explorer done. 15 Soldier of Fortune done. I'm just going to open this up full screen for you guys. That way we can see the whole thing. I'm not a big fan of full screen, but you know, suck it up. Hey, Jules. This is career agent missions. We have done that. Let's go and do some career agent missions. So complete mission 1. So you can see we've got a help video here. You guys can run through that yourself. So complete mission 1. Talk to Soldier of Fortune career agent to complete the mission. Okay. So it doesn't specify a mission. You just have to find one. So let's just put that back to floating and close it. Now there is no agents in here. Here we have our crop chart window again. Try to see if anybody will speak. The system channel is Corp. So I'm just going to shrink that up to there. Pull this down a little bit. And I want to check my fit before I leave station. So you can right click on your ship and go to simulate fit, and it will bring up the fit that obviously you're flying. So we're set for mining mostly, which isn't overly great, unless of course you want to do mining, but we're not doing mining. So we have some basic stuff, nothing overly great. We'll stick with that at the moment because it's all we have. So let's undock and go find our first mission. I would like to play some music, but copyright issues and stuff like that, I don't know. Also, you could maybe play your own music. in the background if I'm not playing music. So, what stations? We're now in space, so let's have a little look, see what we've got. Obviously, we've got set on planets at the moment. I can't remember doing that. I'm going to switch that across to enemies. So you see we get our gates, and of course we have our gate selection at the bottom again. And this is customly set for myself. This is the way I like it. Again, you can change it. So I'll just keep that unlocked actually, so we can pull it out and have a good look. So what have we got? Republic Military School, Air Laboratories, which is our home station. So let's go and dock up. In fact, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to slow my ship down or stop my ship. Just click this little negative button, or you can hit the plus button. That'll get your ship going. So right click on the school, and we can go to show information, and it will bring up the information for the Republic Military School. So it tells you what location, the region, the constellation, and the solar system. If you click on services, it will tell us all the services that we get. So we have a clone bay, which we'll get into later on. I'm not sure, can't remember if we covered jump clones. I think I did. We can fit our ship. We have access to industry. We can insure our ship, which is something I haven't talked about yet, but that's a good idea. Loyalty points store. So you collect loyalty points by doing the missions. You'll see them come up later on. We have access to the market. Milithia office. Recustomization, so we can recustomize our clothing and character stuff. We have a repair shop, that's good. And we have a reprocessing plant, which means we can turn our ore, our raw ore, into minerals to build things. So let's get in there. So again, left click, dock, and we should, we're going this way. Do not try to take on the sentry guns, they will kill you. Quite cool. Look at that station. If I click on that, I can do that and see the station itself. It's really cool. Very sort of Atlantis kind of floating city. So we're now in station, and I'm not seeing any agents. So offices, you can see all the corporations that have offices in here, as you can see, and you can join one if you wish, or you can create one. I think it's at the top. So offices available, there's 7. Can't remember where you create one. I'm not sure if we can at the moment. We might not have the skill level to do that. Still don't have any agents. There's 6 people in this station. And I'm a little confused as to why there is no agents. So talk to Tree Advisor to complete the mission. So, in the corporation chat, you'll notice that we've got a couple of people saying hello. Ooh, okay, be in touch. I was going to say that's a little bit morbid, but okay. Let's undock and follow on. So, obviously, I'm talking in the corp chat, just trying to see if we can pull some more people in. Eve is a game that you really should. I mean, you can play it on your own, but it is fun with other people. So we've undocked. Where are we going? We're going to our agency tab. Stop my ship again so we don't free float into nowhere. Agents and missions. Career agents. Here we go. So we're going with Enforcer. We shall set the destination. Okay, so same again, just going to left click and you'll see jump. You can warp to it and get some information on it. You can align to. What aligning to is something, if you're flying in a fleet, you would align just like this. You see the ship will align with the gate. This allows you and the entire fleet to all align before warping. It allows everybody to warp at the same time, or close to the same time. Depends on how long the ship takes to get into warp. But enough of that, let's jump in through the gate. Now that's quite important, because HiSec is a 1.0 to, I think it's 1.76. Anything lower than that, you'll get prompts and warnings when you first play the game. If you go into what's known as a nilsec, where it's a minus 0 point something, and it goes all the way up to -1, is, I look at it as the difficulty scale. However, Eve is a fully player generated game, so apart from HiSec, where you have missions and things like this to do, everything else is player generated, stations and all the rest. So we're going to continue on and jump through the next target. we're not going to enlist yet. We don't have anything really worth flying. So again, you can see 45 people, 46, 47. This is why it's important to keep your local chat window open. And I've just noticed that descanning things is not up. So I'm just going to get them up. Directional scanner, again, pop that out. Close this. Now I've done this in the last one, I don't know why it hasn't taken. So directional scanner, now we can quickly scan to see who's about. So we're going through another jump gate, just following along with the tutorial. Since he establishing more. Daily goal completed. So see, we're still in high sec. That's a new one, I'm not sure what that one is. I'll have a look in a bit. Jump through 3 stargates. That's our daily goal done. Adventures, Thrashers. So see 39 people floating around in Minotaur School at the moment. And no one's chatting. It's quite funny. So here we have Explorer, Enforcer, Soldier of Fortune, Industrialist. We have 2 Industrialists here. So we're just going to do Enforcer as we planned. So double click on any agent. So working with multiple agents, you can do, like it said. However, there is time. Agent missions are set or limited by time. So you can see we've got an objective: acquire these goods. So we have to go and proof of discovery, and drop off location is the military school. So we'll be back to this station. We have rewards of Tiny Isk, and bonus reward is if you complete it within 6 hours, which we shall do. So that's given us a grand total of just over 120. Okay, so we already sort of done that when we logged in. Of course, I'm jumping ahead because I'm at the point in the game where I can roam around freely, or I can do the agencies like this. Now, let's just keep following along. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to cancel these for the moment and just stick to the skill plans. I would like to train these. I could um, shift these above that. I'm not sure. Yeah, so we'll just do it this way for the moment. Close that, close that, close, and close, and start training. So I'm going to click no, I don't want to track it because I can track it anytime I want just by clicking this and having a quick look. Tracking will bring it up in here somewhere, I believe. I'm also going to click this little symbol here, which will untrack skill plan. Yes, there we go. Just makes it a bit simpler to read. Yep, that is very true. Okay. Okay, let's have a look. What have we got? So cosmic anomalies, 1 of 5. We've got once you have undocked into space, open your probe scanner and select the warp to location anomalies. Doodly doo doo. Warp to, and you'll be given further instructions once you have made it there. Don't worry about combat this time around. We've cleared out the area. Excellent. So let's close that down and go. See, whoop. That should be locked in there so it doesn't do that. So proof of discovery. Let's go discover something. So probe scanner, which is up here. Like again, we customly put that up there. I'm just going to unlock it so we can open it up a wee bit. So where are we going? It doesn't say exactly. Let's move that over a little bit. A demonstration. I wonder if it's that one. Not seeing. So you've dumped us into space and you haven't told us where we're going. Now let's go and have a look at demonstration. Let's just warp to 0 is a terrible thing to do. But we should be able to get out of it quite quickly. So I'm going to switch over to overview, keep it on enemy. We have a gate just in case. So, abandoned containers. Let's go have a nosy. 31 kilometers away. So just orbit at 500 and pop on our afterburner. Get us there a little bit quicker. And right click here, and I want to look at my ship. That way I can see where I am and where I'm going. Didn't no one saying hi. So we should go ping. Let's just open up. Cannot access a third debris abandoned container without specialized equipment, which means we need to scan. Now I am feeling like a little bit of an idiot here. Agent missions. Trying to remember where we are. We've got active. So cosmic anomalies. Proof of discovery. Some probe scanner, which we've already used. And select the warp to button. Right. Once you've undocked into space, open your probe scanner, which is up here. And select the warp to button and select the anomaly training site. There we go. So it happens when you don't read stuff properly. So it doesn't specify which one. Just go to one of them. So right click, warp to 0. Again, like I was saying before, you can double click the top there and it will shrink the window down. I know this seems like a lot of windows, but you get used to it. You can customize them again. I keep saying that. Sure, you know that by now. Close the corp chat down as well. Flying through space like a frozen pool. So how long are all those skills going to take? 3 days. Incoming transmission. You've done well. You are now inside the cosmic anomaly. So all you need to do now is recover the proof of discovery. So is there anything? There is a training container. Let's go and open it. Again, look at my ship, please. There is no way we are flying through that asteroid, as you can see. So double click on space, anywhere on space, and your ship will move through it. See if we can fly up through here. Just fly over here. So then we should be able to open it. Still too far away. We have proof of discovery. So click loot all, and that's now inside. So now all we have to do is fly back to. First thing I'm going to do is dive this way. What have we got here? Some sort of wrecked ship. So once we're kind of clear of those asteroids, we will dock up in the station again. Rocking in space with no volume on. Do 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 do. Adventure and Chris. So you're back to enemy. So we're back in station. Start conversation. We might need to drop it off in the hangar, I'm not sure. Let's do complete mission. We already know this. So we can claim some more ISK. Your rewards. Claim rewards. Already done that. So if we click on the agency, again just following. Yes, ma'am. So it tells you some basic information. You know, trading for profit, which is quite tricky. Mining resources, obviously. Industrialist. Enforcer, Epic Arcs missions. Combat mechanics. So warp disruption, which is slowing down or stopping the other player or ship. Tracking, target pointing, painting, and so on. Missile application, missile range, optimal range. We'll do optimal range. So you'll get a little video. quite simple. So lots of simple information like that. Now that's a very polite way of saying, piss off, you're on your own. You're now on your own. So, you see that the agent has offered us another mission. Close that and double click, and once it loads, so we get offered another mission, and we can read through it. So in this mission, obviously we're getting a probe. You will be granted this item if you accept this mission. So just accepting the mission, we will get that. And because again, I played Eve before, so I'm assuming that we're going to have to go scan some stuff down. Your probe scanner easily tracks cosmic signatures, other types of sites, collective called cosmic signatures. You will be much harder to find, and you'll usually need to boost your scanner by using scan probes. I don't know if this will come with a fit or not. I'm assuming it's not going to. And here's what I was meaning with the standing. You'll notice that our standing is now 0.77. So if we go back into our character sheet and go under interactions, you will see fraction or faction wise we're still 0, 0. With the Republic Military School we are at 0.77, and with this particular agent we are 0.77. And some basic stats and things like that. Reprocess tax recalculation. So yes, you do get taxed in Eve for lots of things, everything. Okay, let's take the mission and see what we can do. Excuse me. So again, we're getting about 130. Plus we get a new ship. Let's have a look how much this ship is worth on the market. So we can again right click, view market details. No market details. I'm guessing it's being slow because there's a loading icon there. There we go. So in this station, just break this down a little bit. So the time this sale expires, someone's put this up for sale, and this is player generated again. Go browse. So in this station there is 9 of them available at 699,000, and they vary. This is the number of jumps to whoever's selling it, and this is the location. And in the browse window you can browse through the shopping list. Well, not the shopping list, but the inventory. So, you know, blueprints, ships. We can have a look at, say, let's look at our enemies. So for that blueprint, we are 821 million. Yay! That's going to take a while. Ship equipment, drones, like all the stuff that you need. you can find in here. Of course, you can buy ships, special edition ships. Ooh, what's in here? Excellent little shuttle. I will have one of those any day. That's a faction council diplomatic shuttle. Quite expensive, to be honest. You can get them a lot cheaper than that. If you click on price history, as it loads, you can see price data, which obviously this will help you if you want to go into buying and selling, which of course is part of the industrial 20 million they were at one point. So again, one of the good things about Eve is we can select, say, cruiser. Let's go with advanced cruiser, or heavy assault cruiser. Market data. And let's have a look in Meritar. Oh, this is tier 2. So you can, again, you can click the little eye, which will bring up the information. I'm going to need to change this and disable compact mode, because that allows us to see the ship. It also allows us to read the abilities of the ship, so a little bit description of it. And we can see that heavy assault cruiser bonus per skill level, so 5% per skill level to heavy missiles, heavy assault missiles, explosive velocity. 5% bonus to light missiles, heavy missiles, and heavy assault missiles. Miniature cruiser bonus per skill level. So light missiles, heavy assault missiles. 3% bonus to all shield and armor resistors. So that's pretty cool. And the roll bonus is applied. It's basically a bonus that the ship has continuously, as far as I remember. So 50% reduction to micro warp drive signature radius penalty. It can fit an assault damage control. So of course all of these light up, so you can check them out. So the assault damage control, for example, you can just click on it. So assault damage control, you can see, gives you hill resistances, armor resistances, and shield resistances. And activation time duration is 8.8 seconds. Can only be fitted to assault frigates and heavy assault frigates. That gives you a list of the ships that you can use it with. It cannot auto repeat, so you can't switch on and leave it on. And the reactivation delay is 2 minutes 30 seconds, so you can only use it every 2 minutes 30 seconds. That kind of sucks, but when it is running, you are getting damage resistances. So you can look through the shop or the market, however you want to call it, and you can find whatever ship you fancy. Now of course some of these ships will get really silly, like Triglavian for example. So the estimated price of this particular ship is almost $500 million, or just under. You can go to the skills and you can see how long it would take to train. You can see all the skills you require and what level of mastery you have. So for example, this ship, if we click on 5 days, it will take 1 year and 4 months to be able to fully fly that. Of course, you can speed that up. That is just sort of base timeline. When you use plugins and things, you'll be able to go or train a lot faster. So let's jump in and get our nice shiny new probe. So we've accepted the mission. Close that down. You'll see automatically our opportunities. We have unclaimed rewards. We'll claim them later. And we have an unseen item. And you see, got a little notification next to our ship hangar. Also, if we go over here to hangar, we have one new probe. So, let's jump in the probe. And I'm just going to call it Z something. We jump in the probe. Okay, so that is our probe. And just gonna go to icons. Refer icons, easy to look at. Now you can still access what is inside your ship. For example, our Reaper. It has a drone bay, so we don't have any drones in it, but we could. And if you remember, we have our civilian mining. So I'm just going to pull that out and put it in my hangar. And if we go to hangar, we can right click. Now we can't sell this, but if it wasn't a civilian, anything with civilian you can't really sell. And you can't break it down from minerals, unfortunately. Would be handy, but too many people were just taking a free Corvette, destroying it into minerals. It used to be a game mechanic, if I remember correctly. So we don't have a fit on this. So we've got 3 rig slots, 3 high slots. We have 4 mid slots and 3 low slots. Now, just going to go back to I don't normally do it this way, so I'm a little this way normally. So follow instructions from your agent in progress. You didn't tell us much. So we're in the probe. I think we might need to get a probe scanner. Oh, some more ISK. We'll take all the ISK we can get. So follow the instructions from your agent and progress to the end of the Cosmic Signature training course. Let's go our probe scanner. And we can't scan it down. Can we warp to site? Yep. warping our way to site. What have we got? Greetings, pilot. So, I already know about these acceleration gates. They take you to sort of unique bit of space that no one can get to unless they come through the acceleration gate. So let's jump through it. So probes are scout ships. Pretty much. They're really good for probing, tracking, hunting. They're good for relic sites, hacking sites. Not really much more I can say. They're, like I said, good little quick scout ships. Normally quite powerful when you put a cloak on them. So that's good work. You'll find any acceleration gates like these, many sites uncovered. So we have a supply crate to pick up. Let's go and get it. So of course I don't have a micro warp drive or anything. I keep saying micro warp drive. Doodle-doo. An afterburner or an MWD. So it's slow bolting all the way. We're slow frozen corpses floating through the sky. Take my land, take the sky from me. So some more information. So here we go. This is what I was on about. So we're getting a probe launcher, relic, data, and core scanner. So just so you notice they're all civilian, apart from the core probe launcher and the scanning probes. So we'll take all of those. And I'm not going to read it again. If you play the game yourself, you can go through this. So I'm just going to close that. And we now use the acceleration gate. Now you cannot fit these, unfortunately, in space. You have to be in station to fit these. However, with the fitting window, you can click on simulate and drag them in, and you will see how much CPU, how much, excuse me a moment. Yep, exit simulation. You're now inside the data site. Might look like data sources are found. So this would be scanning down data sites. However, I'm not really seeing any data. There's no data stuff there. So use the accelerating. Ooh, we have some wrecks floating about somewhere. So we're just going to jump through acceleration gate because we cannot fit any of that equipment until we're in station. Like I said, let's get going. Talk to the Enforcer career and complete the mission. Do do do. Slow boating through the universe. So this is new to me. I'm not sure what this is. And I can't seem to access it. Oh, 0.5. Ooh. Scan probes can also find relic sites. We will see this later. There's still no sites at the moment. So this is step by step on obviously scanning down signatures, sites, so on and so forth. Are we going to hit that asteroid? No. Whee! So now we have to dock. Okay, I'm just going to close this down in a minute. I'll let you, if you're quick enough to read it. Go away! We just want to fly! So we can dock with the ship. Or with the station, rather. Where are we going? It's like playing darts, but with spaceships. So we start conversation again. And we complete the mission. And that's that. So we can request another mission, so on and so forth. However, I feel like getting blown up. So I'm going to have a look at my map. And as you can see, this is all high sec. High sec, woo. We have a low sec area over here. Low sec, low sec. I would like to find a nil sec region to see and to show what happens. So that's still low sec. So you see it's 0 0.4, 0 0.6, 0 point blah 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 blah. Right up here. So we're still very low sec-y. I'm looking for still high sec. So here we have nil sec. Now chances are we will get murdered. Find out how we get there. Is that one? Yeah, so that's nullsec as well. So let's go and fly. Shall we say we will go here. So on the map you can right click and you can do set destination. And it will show you the flight path. So we're going from here where we are all the way to there, and it tells us it's 10 jumps. And we're going through, is it Molden Heath, which is a low sec area. So I don't think we will actually get to nullsec. I reckon we will get blown up before we even get there. However, let's be safe and just check where our home station is. So in home station, we are still at Air Laboratories, but we want our new station, which is the school that we're in at the moment, to be our home station. Because when we go pop, pew, we will return to our home station. So we want to select the military school as our home station. And once that's done, anytime we are blown up, we will go back to our home station. Wake up in a fresh clone at your home station when your capsule is destroyed. Redeem items to your home station. Da 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 da. So we are going to board our Corvette. And what I'm going to do is go to simulate fit. And I'm going to remove this, going to remove the miner and the cannon, and I'm just going to leave this on. We will probably get another one when we get a new Corvette, but at the moment I want to keep these things and repackage them. Once they're repackaged, we can then stack them, keep things nice and clean. And the reason I'm doing this is when we get another Corvette, we should get another miner, we should get another laser. We may not get civilian mining upgrades, but that's okay. Then what will allow us to do is obviously use these on the probe. Because the probe has more slots, we have more flexibility. So let's go and get blown up and try and show the difference between high sec and low sec, or high sec and so because we set our destination, we will get this highlighted up, and when we're flying we will get a warning when we get to low sec and when we get to null sec. of jumping. I'm just going to open, oh, wrong one. Going to open up our map. I'm going to shrink our map down. And just going to pop it up here just now. That way we can see where we are, what systems are close by. You'll see plenty of stations. We're in a 0.9 system. I'm keeping enemies firmly selected. We can use directional scanner again just to check. This icon up here is a jump cloak timer. When you come in a Stargate, you will be cloaked. I zoom in, so no one knows we are here. So what that allows you to do is align to your next gate, and you're still cloaked. Cloak will be coming off in a minute. And then once you're aligned, you can jump. And that is basic good practice. So here we go, we can see we've got loads of corp members floating around. Directional scanner, we can see we've got Sabers, Pioneer, Ventures, Worms. And again, in directional scanner, if you right click show information, it will give you information on the ship. So Pioneer, that is a mining frigate. It will not, however, give you the pilot. As you can see, some people have named their ship. So if I right click. So again, back over here, you can see I'm cloaked. You can see I've got a cloak timer for, I'm going to align. Once I'm aligned, as soon as I warp, I'm uncloaked. So there's 7 people in this system and a few more coming with us. Still not sure what that is. Hasn't opened anything yet. So you see our next couple of jumps are still high sec, which is fine. Don't know why it keeps doing that. So align, jump. Flying through space like a frozen space corpse. You can collect corpses, just thinking about that. When you get potted, or when someone blows up your capsule, you will leave a beautiful corpse floating in space, to which they can collect, and depending on what part of space you're in, you might get a kill right. So here we go. Warning, the star system has been secured by Edencom forces. Pilots with negative Edencom standings enter at their own risk. So I'm just going to click do not show this again, because this will appear every time you go through the gate. And we don't have negative Edencom standings at the moment. At least I don't think we do. We're with Minotaur. So instantly again, 35 people in the system. They are. We have no standings with them. So same again, align. I wish it would stay looking at my ship and stop doing that silliness. And then warp. You can see what loot's about, what mines. Ooh, there's a good lot of mines in here. So this gate is quite a bit away. Must be quite a big system. You can look at the system if you go into your probe scan and then the solar system map. So you can see where we are. See the gate we're about to jump through. We're just getting there now. So that's quite a distance for gates, which might be good if you're hunting. So again, we're now entering a low security system. So we're entering into a 0.4 system. So anything from 1.0 to 1.6 ish is high sec. We're now entering into low sec. So this is where the game now becomes much more dangerous. So keeping an eye on directional scanner, for example, and paying attention is a good thing. So there is only 4 people in this system, and I am expecting to get murdered very, very soon. Just scan again. So you can directional scan, you can press Control or click plus V, or V plus click, where I find you just press V and it should work. So we have a bad guy, we don't want to be anywhere near him. There he is there. We can get some information and we get the pilot. So we are now being watched. There's 10 people in the system. Scan again. You notice how he appeared there. A buzzard is nothing to worry about. That's a scout ship. However, the Tugans, on the other hand, they are dangerous. Very dangerous ships, those. Pop that there. We should have a look at that in a minute. At the moment, I want to warp off to a planet. Don't want to warp straight to a gate. If you warp straight to a gate, you could get caught in a what they call is a bubble. It's a warp disruption bubble. And warp disruption bubbles stop you from obviously warping, which means you have to slow boat your way to the Stargate, in which time you will be murdered on the way. So we will get back to the Tugan strategic cruiser in a minute. How far have we got to the gate? Not too far. But now I'm going to jump through the gate, because people might be expecting me to warp directly to it. So the skills required for the Tugan is apparently 1 month. However, to fully train for it is 4 years. And where are we? Can we view it on the market? It's actually quite cheap. Yeah, I might buy one of them later. So, here we have a station. You do not have docking permissions. We are now in low security space. We're heading to NILSEC, so we're going to keep going. And NILSEC is either going to be very quiet or very deady. We'll get murdered straight away. Or I suspect we will get murdered. So there's only 2 people. True solo. So again, we can click true solo and have a look. So 20 years and 4 months is how long this person's been playing. And we had a character transfer as well. We transferred the character on... Just going to warp to a planet before I jump. So they transferred the character. So that is a veteran player. $20 is almost the full length of time of the game. -3. So 3 people in system, including myself. We can scan to find... So we've got planets, we're not wanting planets. So they could be sitting in system. Who knows? So we are the only person in this system. Pardon me. That is good news. So let's warp to a planet. We'll warp 1,000 kilometers off the planet. So we can have a look at... There is no mines. We have some cosmic signatures. We have 3 mines, actually. And I will warn you now that flying in this kind of space, you will need a good ship. So I spotted some Mindrill. So it's a Mindrill. Let's see. So there is a corporation down here. Flumpkin Employees Inc. It shows you where their station is. It shows you war history. These guys been in any wars? They've been in 1 finished war. Freelance jobs. They don't have any. There's 12 flares in this. And I better get moving. Let's go to 9SNK. This is now NILSEC. So friendly fire is legal. You'd like to shoot each other. So there is another way of selecting stargates. You don't always have to use your overview or your pro scan. You can right click in space and go to stargates, and I'll show you when I come out the other side. So we have 1 person. Okay, I want directional scanner. So you can right click stargates and it will give you the available gates. So let's go OP. Let's go that way. So no one in this system either. Don't have any mines by the looks of it. There's no need for directional scanner because there's no one here. We do have drone angel sanctums. Oh, they're deadly. I would warp into an angel sanctum, but we will die straight away. We have Amarok. Let's warp to that one. We're going to warp 100 kilometers off the medium Achenorm basalt deposit. Let me see what that's like. selected. We didn't bring miners with us, we didn't bring anything with us just because obviously we don't want to get killed and lose everything, but we might come back down here at some point. So again, these are the different ores. So if you show information, it will show you how many ores or units you get when you reprocess it. And rock, basalt, can't remember if we done basalt or not last time. So these are rare ores that you'll only get in nullsec or low security status space. So these are definitely worth mining. However, always need to keep an eye on local, make sure no one else is here. So let's jump to our next system. Again, you could use the map to jump as well. If you right click on map, you can do it that way if you like as well. So we have quite good hunting space. I must say Minotaur space seems to be quite quiet down here. I haven't been bubbled yet. I'm going to go to this dead end system here. I think we might find someone. Or we may stumble. Actually, I think. What do I think? I think we should go this way. I get a sneaking suspicion there's going to be more people in and around here. Our mission is to get blown up. That is the mission. So we don't have any mines in here. We do have some planets. Gas, lava, barren, oceanic. Again, show information. Right click. Show info. This is the resources that are on the planet that we can mine from the planet. Now, picking a planet down here would not be a smart idea. We have someone. So first thing, directional scanner, scan. I have to switch that back across to enemy. Not finding anyone. I'm just going to warp off to the planet over there. Is there any stations? Not that we can see. We've got a probe scan. Some more ore sites. And combat sites. So, right click show info. Let's have a look, see. 2 years, 4 months. That is a list of corporations that this player has been in, and oh my golly gosh. So not particularly loyal to any particular corp. jump to. We can't do. I don't know why we can't. No, we can jump through that one. I have a sneaking suspicion. That one takes us somewhere else. Obviously it takes us somewhere else, but slow boat into the gate, a good idea. So we can't get across that little gap. There's still no one in system, which I find quite ominous. What should we do? All we can really do in this little bit is return back. So I'm going to do something very dangerous, and that is autopilot. Autopilot is not something you'd really use. So click on our home station, set destination, and then click this A at the bottom here, and that will put you on autopilot. And because we're about to jump back through the same gate we come from, watch our ship fly. We're flying through the air. Yeah, this is why you don't use autopilot. It takes an age and also takes you quite a bit away from the gate. And later on we'll show you some tips and tricks for being able to warp to gates a lot quicker. Create bookmarks so you can create custom locations instead of warping to defined points in space, which are easier for other players to get you. So you see we've got some angel. Oh, enemy's gone away there. Don't think I can. Too late to click on them. sucks because you're quite a bit away from the gate. Put on our afterburner. I'll show you the difference in the next gate. So switch autopilot off. So autopilot lands you about 15k away from the gate, give or take. Around about 10. So never attack them, they will kill you instantly. So if I manually warp, you'll see the difference when we land on the gate. Space is so big. So you will see how quickly we jumped that gate in comparison to autopilot. So 2 people in the system. That's 3 gates. Whoop. I thought I'd seen someone there. There's a gate and a billboard. Still in low sec, still got our Republic Warpath Pride bonus. Flying through space, want to be a corpse. Same again. It's got a bit repetitive jumping through gates like this. Of course, we could do the easier thing, which is self-destruct, or go and pick a fight. Might do that for quickness actually. Let's see if we can pick a fight with someone when we get in the next system. Of course, we can't attack them. Didn't bring guns or anything, and we don't have any augmentations, so we're not going to lose any money. So mining sites in low sec will produce NPC spawns if there is indeed any mines. Here we go. Let's just go and jump to that one. It's nice and close. I don't know if the NPCs, also known as rats, will pod me or not, but we will find out. So here we have some NPC rats, and it will lock me as soon as I land. I'm just going to orbit them. So clicking on this rat and show information, we get a small bounty, and what are we weak to? We are weak to explosive. So high EM resistance, which makes sense because Amara is our enemy and Amara uses EM. There we go. I'm being locked up. So you see the red box. That's letting me know that my shields and my armor are low. And boom. Fly! So we generated a kill report. Capsule ejected. And I don't think it's going to... So there we have our loot. There won't be anything in it, but here we go. The system has just woken up. Let's see if anybody's going to come and scan me down. You'll notice you're a lot faster in your pod. You're flying about in a little ball. Pew! And the system is now empty, so that must be a group going away somewhere. So if you wanted to self-destruct, you can right click. Must be because I'm warping at the moment. There you go, you see self-destruct there. So we have some people in system here. Just 2. And I'm going to self-destruct right here. And you do get... Oh, cannot self-destruct when cloaked. Okay. Try again. So you will get a timer, 2 minutes before you go pop. It's fine. Let's go and pick a site somewhere. So my self-destruct's been cancelled because I warped. Nobody on this mine. Now Kermit, or Kernite, however you say that, will give you Isogen. Isogen is one of these resources that you will only get in low sec or nil sec. Quite a dangerous resource to go after without a reasonably good fit. And I'm just going to put self-destruct on and wait 2 minutes. While we're waiting on that, let's have a little look. I still can't get this to open. Not going to open. So, New Eden Store. If you go into New Eden Store, you can find it either at the bottom there where I clicked it, or in the Neocom. New Eden Store is pretty much just a store where you can buy things using in-game-esque various skins, discounts, buy Omega time. Ooh, that's actually not bad. Plus 12, so that's the Genius Boost Cerebral Accelerator. This is what I was on about before. If you watched the first episode where we went on about skills and things, this will run for a duration of time and give you plus 12 for 12 days. 12 days, it can run for 24 days if you're fully skilled up, I believe, if my mind's right. And you can buy skill points using ISK, of course. So this one, what are we getting? Getting 648,000 skill points times 6. It's an odd way of doing it. And 2 Genius Cerebral Accelerators. So in total 3,888 SP. And 2 Genius Accelerators, which will give you plus 12 for 24 days. That opportunity, still no, oh, still got people in the system. And I still, there we go. So now there's a beautiful corpse on a minefield somewhere. And you'll see it's returning us back to the military school. Transferring consciousness, transferring. That's fine. And we're back at the school. So if we click on board my Corvette, we will get another Corvette. There we go. And simulate fit. And with a bit of luck, you can see why I tend civilian miners out, because we don't get them as standard, but we do get our afterburner back, and we do get a miner and an autocannon, which is absolutely brilliant, because now we have 2 of each. And if we look at the probe, we can use 3. Well, we can only use 2 turrets and 2 launchers. So if we buy or track down a missile launcher, we can have 2 civilian Gatling guns and a missile launcher. However, if we use both our miners, we can use all 3 of our mining laser upgrades, and that will allow us to mine a little bit faster, which we might look at in the next episode, because I need to run away. And it looks like people are selling stuff. What we got? Depleted uranium S ammo. That is a carrier. Oh no, we're not doing that. It is a carrier. Estimated value 2.5 billion. So that is a capital ship, and it will take you 3 years to fully skill into that ship. But lots of ships, lots of stuff. You can do anything and everything you want. At the moment, I'm going to have to run away. I've got stuff I need to do. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Hopefully with a bit of time, we'll get better audio quality, better graphics. Maybe even get a group of people up together to go run some missions and have some fun. Until then, I will see you all later.